5th grade, probably one of the most traumatic experiences happened to me. I was at a swim meet, and it was just like any other swim meet to begin with. I was getting ready to do my start, and for competitive swimming, you start on a block that's about a foot above the water, and you dive into 3 feet of water, and you're supposed to shoot out so you don't hit the bottom. And so I got up on the block, and I got in the water, and I sprinted to the end. And I got out of the water, and my older brother, Sage, was supposed to be right behind me. And this was his very first swim meet, and he was like super nervous about everything prior to the actual meet. So I sprinted to the end, and I'm at the wall, and I turn around, and I'm looking for Sage, and he wasn't there. And I'm just looking around, and the water is still, and there's only like slight murmuring coming from the corner of this huge group of people surrounding my brother in the corner of the pool. So that's really unusual for a swim meet, especially during practicing and starting ups, that there's usually water flying everywhere, and there's people shouting and trying to like communicate and hear whistles. So like just for everything to be still and calm, it was really weird. So I run over and I see what's going on, and Sage is in the middle of the pool, just standing in the water, and everyone is surrounding him. And they're like, "Can you feel your toes? Can you wiggle your fingers?" And my mom told me that Sage had dove straight down in the pool and hit his head really hard on the bottom. So eventually a lifeguard pushed me out of the way, and he jumped in the water. And he's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And Sage is like, "I'm fine. I just have a headache." But that tends to happen when you hit your head on the bottom of a pool. And he was trying to make the best out of it, but he's like, "I'm fine, just leave me alone." He really didn't want any of the attention. And then we ended up taking Sage to a hospital via ambulance. And once we got there, we were in the waiting room for what seemed like hours. And as a 5th grader, I was pretty mad that I couldn't compete what I thought would be my best race yet. Like, I was so mad at my brother for going and hurting himself because I couldn't race. Like, I was so pumped for this race, and then I just couldn't do it because of Sage. So that whole sibling rivalry is still there. But anyway, we finally saw the doctor come out, and he said that Sage had broken his neck in 3 places, with one vertebrae completely split in half, and that miraculously he would only have to wear a neck brace for 7 months, and that he could still walk, and everything other than that was fine. So after the 7 months of Sage in the neck brace, the only real effect that he had, or side effect, was that now he had a stretched out neck from being in that neck brace for so long. And of course, as his sister, I make fun of it constantly, because that's my job. And then, so I just kind of learned after that, whenever I'm in a bad situation, not to look at it as if the whole world's falling apart, because it might not be. I mean, usually if someone breaks their neck, they're paralyzed for life, but Sage can still walk fine. So it just kind of showed me to look, maybe it'll turn out better than what it seems right now, because it's not always as bad as it